I've actually tried about 4 different times to make this video, and every time I make it, I end up going on a tirade, and I don't want to put out a video where I'm just preaching at the camera, because CosmicPotato.com is about having fun. But I do want to do a video about toxic fandom. I actually want to do a series of videos about toxic fandom because there's so many different levels of it. There's levels of toxic fandom that gets into sexism and racism and stuff like that. That's a whole other ball of yarn than what I'm touching on today. But all right, so for instance, when I was in high school, I used to get made fun of a lot because I liked science fiction stuff, and I liked superheroes, comic books, Star Trek novels, those kinds of things. I would walk through school with a Star Trek novel in my hand. I would sit in lunch period and read that novel. I would wear a t-shirt that had the Flash on it because, you know, in the 90s there was a Flash TV series for a while, and I liked it. And like I said, I would get made fun of for that. Now you run into the people that made fun of you back then, and they're wearing an Iron Man t-shirt. You know why? Because that stuff is in now. People like that stuff. But there's still a lot of people that feel the need to attack you over the things that you like. For instance, Game of Thrones came out this week. There's been a lot of people, and it's kind of turning into a joke, and I get the joke, you know. There's been a lot of people that go on Facebook and they go on Twitter and they post that I don't watch Game of Thrones. Okay. That's the joke now, but it's a joke because it was happening so much for the last 8, this is the 8th season. So for the last 7 seasons, it's been happening. Whenever there's some hype coming out about the new series of episodes of Game of Thrones, a lot of people would come forward and say, I haven't watched that show since season 1. And they'll give you 3 or 4 different reasons why they don't watch it. But a lot of times, and it's not every time, but a lot of times the insinuation is that they have better taste than you because they stopped watching it. Now, it's not always like some people stop watching it because they don't like the violence, or they stop watching it because they don't like the sex and the nudity. And that's fine. You know, there's all kinds of reasons to stop watching it. I'm not talking about the fact that you stop watching it. I'm talking about the fact that you have to let people know that you stopped watching it and make them feel like they're less than because they didn't. Okay? And it's not just Game of Thrones. It's all kinds of stuff. Star Trek Discovery. I'll do a whole video about Star Trek Discovery one day and the toxic fandom related to that. Doctor Who. Doctor Who can get weird sometimes. And if you have never watched the show, then you might sit down and watch an episode with someone and you'll think it's the strangest thing that has ever been on television. And some episodes may be. But the thing is, why tell the person that showed it to you that it's stupid? Just say, you know, it's just not for me, or whatever. Don't say it's stupid. Don't insinuate that the person that showed it to you is stupid. That's not nice. That's not nice at all. Everybody is entitled to like the things that they like. And it's not up to you to decide that they're childish because they like to watch cartoons. That they shouldn't be wearing a Batwoman t-shirt because they're a man and that's a woman. They shouldn't be wearing a Star Trek Discovery t-shirt, or they shouldn't be subscribing to CBS All Access because Star Trek Discovery is ruining classic Star Trek and it's ruining the canon. Oh God, I'll do a whole video on this. It's not your place to do that. If you don't like something, then don't watch it. If someone likes you enough that they want to trust you enough to bring you into their fandom, and they try to show you something that they love, then don't take a dump on it as soon as you decide that you don't like it. If someone came and handed you something that was precious to them, they had some kind of a family heirloom, let's say a music box that their grandmother gave them, and you took a look at it and you didn't care for it, would you throw it on the ground and step on it? I hope not. People have no problem telling someone that the thing that they like is terrible. And they trusted you enough to pull you in and show it to you, and you made them feel less than because of it. Don't do that. That's the message that I'm putting out today. Don't do that. Don't be a jerk. And as Will Wheaton would say, don't be starts with a D, rhymes with sick. Okay? Don't do that. Now, as far as the network goes, got some new stuff on there. New episode of Star Trek of the Discovery After Show came out yesterday, where we talked about the penultimate episode. David C. Robertson from DC On Screen as the Star Trek Universe podcast. He was a guest on the show. Scott Madison from Planet Rise Creative, he was on there. And so go check that out. Also, Wait You've Never Seen. Captain Game Show came out this week. Trial by Pilot came out this week. World War G has a new episode. All this stuff has come out over the last few days. So you can find them on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spreaker, wherever you get your podcasts. But you can find it on CosmicPotato.com. If you like this video, click like in the doobly-doo, as John Green would call it. Like the video, subscribe to the channel so that you'll know when there's new episodes coming out, when there's new videos. Click subscribe and then click the bell next to the word subscribe, and it will notify you whenever there's a new episode or a new video. So that's all I've really got to say. So I'll talk to you guys later, and remember, like what you want and let others do the same. Bye.